Hey everyone, today I've got a tailgate assist for Dodge. This is good for the 1500 '09 to now and the 2500 2010 until now. So we're going to go ahead, put this on. I really like these. It's just nice being able to drop the tailgate really slow. Okay, I got my parts laid out. There's this bracket here. You can see this bracket, this Torx tool, which I may or may not use, the special tool to put in this collapsing retaining nut inside the tailgate, a plastic piece, and the cylinder. So it does come with great instructions, pretty easy to put in, but we'll just go ahead, do it together, and I'll show you a few things that are really important parts not to screw up. Okay, so the first step is to adjust the nutsert tool, which they call it. So you need 3/4 of an inch from the washer to the head of the bolt. So if I put the head of the bolt on the 5-inch mark, my top washer has to be backed out. There is a jam nut there on the 5 3/4 mark. Perfect. Step 2, install their blue Loctite. So in order to do that, we have to remove this collapsible nut. Alright, so we got a very generous amount on there. And we'll go ahead and screw this nut back on. Now, we go ahead and start inserting this thing. You do need an Allen key to turn this in. It's a 5mm. It does not come with one, so just be aware of that before you get it. And the nut down below here is a 10, so you'll need a 10mm wrench as well. Of course, you're going to have the tailgate open at this point, and you want to insert this tool right inside this back hole by the hinge. It's the only hole on the side, so it is a bit tight. So I have my Allen key in there, and I've gone ahead and marked this nut here with some tire chalk. At this point, you want to hold the bolt from turning and turn this nut. And by turning this nut, that will begin collapsing this washer. And I'll show you a picture of what it looks like from the inside. But we want to turn this at least 9 times, and then we'll test and see how tight it is. Perhaps you need to go a little bit more, but it's got to go at least 9, so we're going to do that now. Okay, that's number 9. Actually feels pretty good, but I'm going to go another revolution. It's pretty easy to turn. Yeah, that's not bad. I think I'll do one more. Oh yeah, that's starting to get tight. Just be really careful. So I've personally got an 11. In the instructions they show what it would look like. It just pulls itself flat and turns itself into a nut, because to get access in there would be very challenging, and that's just a super easy way to do it. We got step 3 done, now we'll go to step 4. Kind of forgot, we got to take this out once we're done with it. So we'll just back off the nut and then start unthreading the bolt. Now we have got a nice looking installed nut right there, nice and tight, perfect. Alright, so once we've got our little internal nut installed, the kit comes with this bracket right here for mounting the strut to, and a bolt. Now this bolt is an Allen key as well, and it's a 4mm. So they say that we need to put a little bit of thread locker juice here. And this bracket can only go one way. It's curved, and that'll go right against the hinge. This bolt has a torque spec of 8 foot-pounds, or about 96 inch-pounds. I think that's just given so that somebody wouldn't over tighten it. So I'm just going to give it a nice little turn, and that's it. That nice bracket's installed. Now we'll go to the next step. Okay, so we've gone ahead and installed this bracket here. It just faces down as straight as you can get it, just by eyeball. The exact same bolt and washer fits right above it like this. Now on the next step, we are going to remove this rubber stop. So this really isn't actually a screw, it's one of these plastic clips where the male goes into the female, and I've tried turning it in behind it like this and pop it out. Once you do pop it out, usually it starts to unthread. Okay, mounts out. Okay, so on the next step, we have to bend this tab here for the limiter of the travel limiter of this cable, and that's going to give us more room to travel to get out of the way of the shock, as you'll see later. We're going to take a hammer and a punch and just bend that flat. See, nice and flat. Cable can move all it wants to now. So the next step, we have to measure down 3.5 inches from top cable starts, which I'm assuming is here. It's pretty vague, but we'll go ahead and just mark that with my finger. Okay, so I just tried pushing this on by hand, and there's no way it's going to go. So I'm going to grab a small pair of channel locks here, and hopefully our luck changes. Alright, there it goes. Try and turn this thing around. But all I'm doing is slowly working my way down the cable and pushing it in like that. And that is installed. So really our next step is to install our strut. This is the rod that will move in and out, and this is the top that's stationary. This part goes at the top anyway, so it'll go on this ball. You should just push it over top. Clips on just like that. And the rod here, as you can see, it'll just slowly pull out. And you want to pull it down just long enough so that it goes onto this bolt here, and it just requires a firm push, just like that, and your tailgate strut is installed. So they started giving these kits now with some anti-scratch paper, and it's basically for in here if you think it's going to scratch and rub your paint. I don't, but I do feel though as if the cable comes close to this side where the rubber stop used to be, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this stuff right here. Alright, so I just installed the clear tape that comes with the kit. Can't see it, it's clear. Now I'm just going to close the tailgate, see how it fits. See what I'm talking about? Plastic clip that goes on the strap. It might rub, but now it just rubs on the clear tape it gave, so that's perfect. So that looks good. It closes. Now I'm going to go ahead and open the tailgate and hope it works. There it goes. She's mint. I will do it one more time. And that's it. A Deezee tailgate shock installed. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you can do this yourself. It's pretty easy. Probably take 20 minutes, half an hour. Just make sure you've got all the tools I mentioned and you'll be good to go. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.